Hey guys, welcome back. So, have you ever heard the saying, equipment never breaks when you're not using it? Well, I've found that to be pretty true over my career, and well, yesterday was no different. So, we got a problem with the old cat here, so let's get into it. So yesterday at the end of the day, I had a customer come in for some sawdust, so I jumped in the cat here to put the bucket on and go load them up, and I unhooked the forks and was on my way to hitch up the bucket, and I heard a crack, and then I saw a beautiful fountain of hydraulic oil. Yeah, real beautiful. Shut it down right away, and well, blew a hydraulic line. So, wasn't the best situation. He was here with a truck to get loaded with sawdust, so I ended up having to use our little Kubota loader tractor, and well, that takes about 5 scoops to equal 1 scoop of this machine, so it took quite a while, but you know, it was still better than hand shoveling, I guess. So we got that job done. But the problem is I've got kilns to load, I've got some lumber to shuffle around here, I got a bunch of stuff to do with this machine that I can't use that tractor for. It's too small, and we got to get this fixed. So unfortunately it's a Sunday, so I'm not getting any hoses made. Caterpillar's closed today, but I'm going to try to get this hose ripped off, see what we're working with here, and go from there. Maybe tomorrow I can run and get a hose, or send my lovely wife to go get a hose for me, maybe save me some time. So this made an awful mess. I got a puddle of oil underneath here in the leaves, and of course, you know, these hoses here, no big deal. Those hoses, no big deal. No, that couldn't break. It's got to be the main boom hose that's up inside the machine. So we're gonna have to get into the belly of the beast to get this thing out. I was kind of peeking in there. If I can get in there, it won't be the worst job in the world. I have to look a little bit closer here. Maybe I can pop that cover and get it from the top. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go up underneath there. So I'm gonna fetch some tools and probably some cardboard to lay on, so I don't have to lay in a pool of oil at least, and well, we'll see what we can do here. I'll be right back. We're actually going to start cutting Christmas trees here in a couple days from the time I film this. We'll be well into cutting by the time you guys actually see this. I'm kind of running behind on some videos I have stockpiled here, but the reason I bring that up is kind of bittersweet. Number one, I got to get this machine going because I got a lot of stuff I got to wrap up here before we start. And number two, it's kind of working in my favor because I have my Ranger kind of set up as a service truck, is what I do for tree season here. I put all the basic tools you might need out in the field on my Ranger. That way, if we break down out in the field, I can just zip out and hopefully fix something on the fly, just to have the tools handy. So I have this set up already, which is going to make this handy. I was just able to pull my Ranger. I mean, I'm not far. All my tools are over there, but rather than walking 200 feet 100 times for tools, I was able to just zip right over here to the loader, and I'll pull out what I need, and we'll get to work here. So I think I'm going to take this plate off to the front here, and we'll see if I can snake myself in there. I'm probably going to end up underneath this thing. So you may be wondering why I'm wearing a raincoat. Well, it's a bright sunny day here, but if you've ever worked on hydraulic systems, you know why I'm wearing a raincoat, especially if I have to get underneath this thing and undo this hose above my head. So I'm trying not to go home covered in oil. We'll see how that works. So let's see. I don't know that I've ever had this panel off because I've never had to get in there for anything. 16 millimeter. Everything on here is metric because it's Caterpillar. I know that might surprise some of you guys, but their stuff's all metric. because it's a Caterpillar, nothing can be light. I'm not complaining about that, but everything is very heavy. So I'll put that on the tire so it all falls down in the leaves and gets lost. Let's see if we can take a look here. Maybe I can give you a good shot of what we're working with here. See that? See the one on the right? That's the way it's supposed to look like. See the one on the left? Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see that wire braid from the inside. So that's a problem. So that comes up, goes 90 degrees. We gotta pop those fittings, pop that whole thing out. And then down there's the other end. So it's just a short hose. So being that it's a 3-foot hose and it's a Caterpillar, it should only cost several $100s, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I can tell I'm going to need a much bigger wrench on this end, so let me go fetch that, and we'll see what we can break here. So I got half the toolbox out here, and let me tell you, when you got big equipment, you need some big wrenches. So that fitting there is probably metric something or other. I don't have a set of big metric wrenches. Maybe I'll have to put that on my Christmas list for Santa Claus this year. But what I did find is 1 3/8 wrench seems to fit on there pretty darn good. So that's what we're going to go with. But I'll show you work a little bit smarter, not harder. I could get in here with that and crank on it. But once again, you guys that know how hydraulic lines work, they're extremely tight right up to the second they're not. And what I mean by that is you're going to crank, and then that thing is going to break loose. And, well, probably with exactly enough torque to break one of these other lines or knock them crooked or do something bad. There's wiring in there. So we're not going to fool around with that. There's not enough room to work from the top side here as much as I'd like to. I'm just going to do the smarter thing right off the bat. I'm going to crawl underneath. I'll be able to get more leverage anyway. Yeah, I risk some oil coming down on me. I'll probably take a pan under there with me. But we're going to do it the right way and not cause us more headaches than we need here. So it's a pretty tight fit from the top. So let me get set up and you get to crawl underneath with me. All right, gloved up. Got my wrench, got a catch pan, got a hammer. Why do we need a hammer, you ask? Well, hopefully I won't have to show you, but I don't want to have to get out from underneath here once I'm under, so let's get to it. Yikes. How does that angle work for you guys? That should be all right. All right, this one here is the one we're after. Here goes the neighborhood. Oh, well, I get to get out anyway, because guess what? We need a second wrench to put on there. Otherwise, we risk bending something. So that's going to take a lot of force to break that. I'm back. Probably didn't even realize I left. I had to get the biggest adjustable I have because I only have 1 3/8 wrench. I mean, who would think you need more than 1 3/8 wrench? Let's try again. Ready? Yeah! Could have been worse. Probably saw what I meant by they hold right until they don't. Oh, be careful you don't punch yourself in the face doing this. Or worse. Well, What's really sad is I just changed the hydraulic fluid on this not too long ago. And, well, we all know that's cheap. Alright, now we get to tackle the upper side. So I'm all set up. I had to fetch myself the old universal step stool there, 5-gallon bucket, and we're going to attack it the old school way. Just ratchet with extension. Hopefully that'll give me enough leverage. I don't need a breaker bar. Let's set you up and give it a shot. I'm going to take an educated guess that you can see what I'm doing because I can't really see into the camera to see what you can see. So hopefully this turns out. Ooh. Yikes. We're going to switch gears right here before we go any further. I got a 12-point socket on here. I'm switching to a 6-point and a breaker bar. We're not taking any chances of stripping those bolt heads. Alright, I got this breaker bar that's a ½ mile long that I won't be able to swing in here. That'll work real good for us. Yeah, exactly. That's good work. Nope. Too long. Don't have a shorter one. Alright, what are we up to now? Plan C or D or E? I think we got a winner now. Impact gun, extension, swivel, little extension, socket. Let's see what we can do. We're going to be a hero or a zero on this one. One out of 4. Oh, you bugger. With any luck, that landed on the cardboard. Now we just got the one I can't really see from here. That'll do. There's your hose. All right, well, hey, we got it out. That's what we're looking at. That's your problem right there. That'll cause you a bad day every day, but I'll get this to Caterpillar, get it cleaned up here, take it tomorrow, get a hose. I'm actually going to get 2 hoses because while I was under there, I realized this machine has 4 hoses that are exactly the same, 2 for each boom cylinder. So, you know, if one blew, pretty good chance there might be another one thinking about it. So we'll get 2 made right away so we have one on hand. But that wasn't a terrible job. Those pieces that fell, well, they did land on the cardboard, so I retrieved them pretty easy, and I sealed up the open ends there on the machine. Always a good practice. You don't want to let them stand and open, especially overnight. You don't know what kind of creepy crawler might get in there, or dust or whatever. So that's sealed up until I get the new hose to put on, and that'll just be the reverse of what you just saw. So these jobs aren't terrible. The key to it is having the right tools and patience. and, you know, come at it with the right mindset. If you're frustrated, well, it's going to be frustrating, but I try to have as much fun as you can have with this kind of stuff, and tried to make this video a little bit lighthearted. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, but not a major repair. We've had much worse, but just the daily grind. You think you got something licked, you think it's going to be a simple process, and all of a sudden something breaks, and well, it's a totally different story. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll see ya.